October 24th, the day millions of U.S. federal workers were supposed to be paid, but instead, Washington went dark. The government shutdown isn't just bureaucracy collapsing, it's a live experiment in control, chaos, and power. Because what's really happening right now isn't about money. It's about who holds the system hostage and why. Tonight, on Border Files, we reveal the truth behind America's paycheck crisis, how a 21-day shutdown exposed the fragile machinery of the world's most powerful government. We'll uncover how this standoff is being used to reshape Washington from the inside, and how names like Donald Trump, Kristi Noem, and the newly renamed Department of War fit into a far larger story of money, loyalty, and national power. This is what the mainstream media will never say out loud. The United States has entered its 21st day of shutdown, and for millions of government workers, October 24th was supposed to bring a lifeline. Instead, silence. No direct deposit, no paycheck. For many, it's the longest lapse in federal pay in modern history. Visual cut, headlines, federal employees miss payday. DHS officers get special pay. Military uncertain about next check. But while most workers are left stranded, a few, very specific groups have been hand-picked for payout. Why? Because in Washington, money is power, and power is loyalty. Here's the timeline the media barely mentioned. October 5th to 18th, the first pay period fully consumed by the shutdown. October 19th to 31st, the second cycle, the one ending with the now infamous October 24th payday. Except the money never came. What happened next changed everything. President Donald Trump, facing pressure from the military, intervened, and on October 15th, active duty soldiers were suddenly paid. A calculated move, not compassion, strategy. Because amid a frozen government, only those aligned with defense and security, the instruments of control, are being paid in full. Then came Kristi Noem, the new Secretary of Homeland Security, announcing that sworn DHS law enforcement officers, ICE, Border Patrol, and others would receive what she called a super check on October 22nd. Bigger, faster, louder. But beneath that, analysts are asking, why are law enforcement and the military prioritized, while everyone else, from scientists to civil servants, are left behind? Narrator low, intense. Because this shutdown isn't just a budget dispute. It's a restructuring of America's power hierarchy. Look closer. The Department of Defense, now officially renamed the Department of War, signals a shift in tone, a deliberate return to the language of force. This is not administrative rebranding, it's symbolic. It's about reminding America and the world who enforces order when government fails. While the Office of Management and Budget says it's battening down the hatches, insiders tell a different story. Internal instructions to prioritize security and enforcement payroll before all others. In plain terms, the state's muscle gets paid, while its mind stays quiet. Meanwhile, national parks rot, research halts, small towns near federal facilities lose millions daily. The shutdown's damage spreads, but it's selective, strategic, and eerily efficient. For decades, shutdowns were political bargaining chips, but this time, it's different. Now the shutdown itself is being weaponized to redraw lines of loyalty. When Trump publicly declared that some furloughed workers don't deserve back pay, it wasn't rhetoric, it was a test. Who supports the system when the pay stops? Who bends and who breaks? Every shutdown reveals who truly runs the government. Not the Congress shouting on TV, but the agencies that keep operating even when everything else shuts down. And this October, it's Homeland Security and the Department of War standing tall, while everyone else waits in silence. So no, federal workers won't be paid on October 24th. They'll wait, document their hours, and hope that retroactive pay will one day make them whole. But behind the scenes, the shutdown has already done its job. It's revealed who's protected and who's expendable. Because when a superpower stops paying its own people, it's not just a budget failure. It's a stress test for democracy itself. This isn't about missing paychecks. It's about the silent creation of a new American order, one paycheck at a time. If you see what's really happening beyond the headlines and beyond the politics, subscribe now to Border Files. Turn on notifications, because our next investigation exposes the real players reshaping America's power structure from the shadows. This is just the beginning.